So who's counting on you? You're going to get to go home, take all this information, and change people's lives. And so, man, you got some work to do tonight. You got some new goals to write. You have some new business planning to do. You need to meet people here and say, can I run with you? Like, find a running buddy. Veronica, that was exceptional. Gil, everybody. Give all the speakers before a hand. It's been amazing. But this is, yes, this is your moment. You got two voices. One's going, who are you kidding? You're not like Veronica. You're not like Gil. You're not like Levi. You're not like, and that voice, don't listen to that voice. You need to silence that voice. You need to listen to the other voice that goes, you know what? You could do this, man. And someone's going to help me. And this is my moment. They say true opportunity only comes twice in a lifetime. Are you going to take this and run with it, or are you going to self-sabotage? Man, if I were you, I would get your ticket for Build right now, July 10th through the 12th, San Antonio, JW Marriott Hill Country, $6 million venue. You know, I remember signing the contract last month. Whew, that'll pucker you up, you know. But it's going to be amazing. Have you guys enjoyed Build the last 2 years? Bring people with you and watch your business grow and blossom. So what I want to do right now is just kind of end this whole 3-day mastermind talking to you about the future. I've been talking about the stock. We're undervalued. That stock's going to boom, and it's down at like $10. I go, we buy it every month. We don't only get it. We win it. My wife and I invest in EXP every single month because we believe in the company. And I'm proud to tell you the stock almost hit $18 a share today from 10. It's almost grown 100% in the last 45 days. If you're not watching, look out. I mean, this is your company. I'm so excited about it. I sold that stock one time and put it in a backyard. A $200,000 palm trees, outdoor kitchen, this, that. It was pretty awesome. And they're all saying, the stock's not real. The stock's not real. Come over to my house. Look at that, man. It's real. Then the stock tripled. It's a $3 million backyard or whatever. Have you ever seen a $3 million backyard? It actually grew like, I mean, this is crazy. It turned in that 200,000 turned into 3 million. I have a $3 million backyard. Sad. Anyways, if I were you, I'd hold on to that stock. It's going to be awesome. But here's the future of EXP. We've done the calculations. You ask, you research it. There's 20 million agents worldwide. There's about 207 industrialized nations, give or take a few. I don't know, it's real close to that number. 20 million agents. Name the company that is making every single agent at that company an owner. Name the company that is helping every single agent at that company share in revenues for 7 generations, whether they sponsor 40 or not. Whether they sponsor 25, because we get 2 kinds of revenue share, the exponential share and the expansion share. So no matter what, your future's looking bright. So here's the deal. 20 million agents, we're going to have 1 million. Yes. We're going to have no one's ever done that. Keller Williams is the biggest company ever. They didn't even hit 200,000. Now they're pulling back. Keller Williams never made every single agent at that company an owner. Do you get this? It's different. When you rent a car, it's one thing, but when you own that car, it's different, correct? So I'm telling you, here's the future. Here's what we got here. This is called the Rogers Distribution Innovation Bell Curve. Just take the U.S. and Canada. There's 2 million agents. We have 87,000 and some change, probably 88, who knows? We have like 94.2% market share, we'll say. I don't know the exact number, but it's real close to that. So that means 95.8 or 0.7% are not with EXP. Another way of saying that is 9 out of every 10 agents are not with EXP. You're out there wondering, and we have a lot of guests here from other brokers, am I too late? Wish I could have been there 5 years ago when we'd have agents join, they couldn't move their license for 3 weeks or 6 weeks, when the roads were gravel and they were marred with potholes. Right now, everything's been paved. The on-ramp to the freeway's been paved. We're not a penny stock. We're a publicly traded, multi-billion-dollar NASDAQ company that sells more real estate than anybody. Now is the time. And so we just added 21 more countries during COVID. We're going to add another 77 countries in the next 5 to 10 years. We're going to be in 100 countries. Why is this a big deal? I just told 25 agents on my first, 120 days about EXTV. It's a unit of work, 25. Can you go list 25 agents? Could you do it? This isn't like building rockets or doing brain surgery. Are you with me? That's the units of work. You need to go do that. And then they began to grow and to expand. And I'm telling you right now, we're out of the innovator stage. We're in the early adopter stage. And we're about, let's see if I can get the laser running. We're about right there. We're about to go on this run. And as we get all the early adopters and the early majority, then the late majority, the laggards, baby, look out. And then we're constantly throwing mortgage and title and home warranty and healthcare and other things into it, adding it all into that rev share pool. It's going to be pretty exciting. Now, what I want to show you, if I can back this up, is we heard a lot of talk about CRMs and how important they are. And I do think they're important. Here's mine. That is my entire. This led to a multi-billion-dollar international company in 23 countries where I had to flee the state of California and move to Puerto Rico. That's it. I mean, that's everything. This is all you need. You need a yellow notepad and some huevos. That's all you need. I mean, this is everything you need. And a whole lot of love. But this went to every open house. I treated it with respect. And I was sold, I had to put all paper clips just to kind of hold it together. And I started going, I'm going to call Jeff and Marcy. I'm going to call boom, 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 40. How many, you go sell 40 homes. Hoorah, here's your golden ring. What's that get you next year? Nothing. Oh, I sold 400. What's that get you next year? Nothing. I sold 4,000. What's that get you next year? Bankruptcy. As the market gets cut in half, you'll go do 2,000 next year. And you are ripped because you've got contracts typically. You have overhead. Do you know that I'm looking at these franchise owners from other big boxes? They have fear in their eyes. The independents, they have terror in their face because they're locked into 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10-year commercial leases, and they can't get out of them. They're like, oh my gosh, what are we doing? It's an anchor around their neck. EXP has none of that. We made money in the third quarter. All the big boxes lost $1 billion in the third quarter, not in the year. $1 billion in one quarter. They're going down. And when Century 21 grew back in the day, the gold coat people, in a bad market. You know where Coldwell Banker exploded on the scene? In a bad market. RE/MAX, same thing. Keller Williams, the last big, in there. It is our turn. This is our moment. Now, remember, I'd heard about Keller Williams for years. I'm like, I'm sure your company's great, but I love my broker. I love the office. I love my friends at the office, and I'm doing really well. And I didn't leave. When did I go to Keller Williams? 2009. What was happening in 2009? People were ripping the copper out of drywalls and going to metal places and cashing in for $100 worth of metal to feed their children. I'm like, man, I got to do something. Yeah, I love my broker. People are like, well, I'm loyal, man, I'm loyal. They wear it like a badge of honor. Be loyal to your family. I promise you right now, your broker sells that brokerage, you're not going to receive anything. They actually sell you in your 40-agent team. And you did 1,800 sales. They sell you to anywhere, which is Realogy. They sell you. Keller Williams sells that franchise. I only have a 7-agent team, but we do $250 million a year. They will sell you to the next buyer. You receive nothing, they get everything. See, what it is Randy Bird and I were talking about this. It's, I'm loyal. You're a loyal tenant. You're like, we'll raise the rent just enough to keep you there. What do we tell our friends and people we know after 20, 25 years? Don't rent. What? Buy. Get some equity. Get some tax benefits. What do we tell our friends who own business? Don't rent the building. Lease the building. What do? We buy the building. And what do we do as agents? Just the very opposite thing. We lease the building. We work for these big brokers where you develop no equity. And so I'm just telling you, it could be this simple. Make a list of names, fill them in, and get going. This right there is under glass with a light on it at my office. This went to every cup of coffee, every lunch, every dinner, every stop sign, every open house, every tank of gas. I stared at this thing all day long. This was my future. I'd already sold hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of homes annually. It meant nothing. By the way, how did I do that? I got in real estate in 1996, 97, 27 years ago. I got on airplanes and flew to Toronto, Canada. I flew to Denver. I flew to Florida and heard Star Power. Thank you, Jenna. I flew to Phoenix. I flew to San Diego and went to Brian Buffini's. I flew and I flew and I flew. I would fly 3, 4, 5, 6 times a year. I had a friend of mine. First thing is, why do you keep going? And I go, because, man, there's so much to learn. There's so much to learn because you can teach that stuff. I speak on stage sometimes, but I'm always learning. Stay humble. Stay hungry. Like right now, you just scribble what I say. If you scribble what I say, your retention goes up 60%, even if you never look at your notes again. Like Les Brown. I scribbled what he said to me 2 weeks ago in Tahoe. He said this. He goes, let me get this here. He says, you need an evolution, not a revolution. You need to evolve as a human being. Average is over. It is completely unacceptable. He says, you must become something you've never been to do something you've never done. Does that make sense? I'm not preaching to the choir. That's why you guys are here. He also said this. I don't have to look at my notes. He goes, what you listen to, you turn into. What are you listening to? Hate speech on politics? Getting cranky, are you? That'll make you cranky. Doggone conservatives, doggone liberals. Does that make you an attractive person, right? I mean, people hate this, hate that. I mean, Trump, they love him, they hate him. Biden, they love him, they hate him. Whoever it was, Reagan, people loved Reagan and they hated him. Obama, they loved him and they hated him. What's that got to do with you? Man, go build something for your future. He said, you must elevate. You're going to encounter setbacks, trials, and tribulations. Because it says that in the Bible. How many of you found you've had no setbacks, no trials and tribulations? Stand up, Tony. Stand up, and we will whoop your butt right now. We're going to give you some tribulation. No. Of course. Listen to me. Write this down. Ready for this? It's a secret. Everybody struggles. Some of you are struggling with your sales right now. Some of you are struggling with your health. Some of you are struggling with your marriage. You're barely staying married. I was there in 2010. I didn't live at home for 8 months. It was a really hard time for Kathy and I. I get emotional when I think about it. And I don't know what you're struggling with, whether you could do this or whatever, but I'm just telling you, man, look out. So write down. He also said this, anger is the wind that blows out the lamp of the mind. Write that one down. Anger is the wind. When you're really mad, when you're angry, do you do your best thinking? Right? No. You're like, I shouldn't have said that. I shouldn't have done that. Anger is the wind that blows out the lamp of the mind. If you're hanging out with angry people, you will become like them. Stop hanging out with angry people. You must master your kingdom. Have relentless optimism. Go above and beyond what is expected. Blow your buyer's mind the next time you sell a house. Blow your seller's mind. Just go, what could I do just to blow them away? What do you think about above and beyond service? I mean, go a little crazy with it. Is that how you'd like to be treated? I just slobbered and choked on it. I get excited, man. Here's the deal. Don't we want people, don't you notice it when you go to restaurants sometimes? If it was okay, service is okay. And you go to hotels sometime. But you go to places and they're like, they make you feel like $1 million. Be that person. See, that voice says, no, you can't do that. Yeah, you can. You can smile. You can give a hug. You can give a word of affirmation. You can do all those things. The new me will give me the new life I want. The rest of my life will be the best of my life. average is over. Give 110%. Bet on you, because greater is he that is in you than he that is in the world. Discipline yourself with the daily routine. Strength comes from joy. It's different than happiness. Are you happy? That's based upon your current situation. Oh, the room feels good. I'm not too hot, or, this or that, or, boy, the sunset. I'm glad you're happy. But joy. Do you have joy in your heart? Like, are you really joyful? By the way, we all fly home Sunday. We're all missing church. So tomorrow morning, I'm going to do it's not a part of the program, but I'm going to do a non-denominational Christian service on the beach at 6:45 a.m. with your toes in the sand if you want to be there. Not a part of the program? You're like, because there's that family, there's fitness, there's faith, and there's finances, and there's fun. Those are the 5 F's, right? All work and no play. And you think, I'm doing great. How you doing with faith? Like, I don't really know if I understand that part. Come tomorrow morning, 45 minutes. We're calling it coffee and coconuts, baby. We're going to have coffee right outside here at 6:15 a.m. because if a bunch of you hit Starbucks, there'll be a 80-foot line and you'll be late. So we've arranged for coffee here right outside these doors at 6:15. We're starting at 6:45. There'll be some music. Come check it out. Put your toes in the sand. We'll be done at 7:30, 45 minutes. It won't kill you. It may keep the heat off you later. No, I'm just kidding. Now, okay, but come check it out. I always wanted to be a pastor, but it's going to be great. So, not a part of the program. It is truly, this is just, there might be me and 5 people, but come hang out with me, okay? I should stop. I'm going to say some crazy stuff right now, but I'll stop. All right. I know. I'll end with this thing, and I'm going to keep going. Become so positive. I said earlier, become so positive that you repel the toxic, negative people in your life. How many love being around toxic people? Become so positive they can't stand being around you. It's like nails on a chalkboard. So I'm like, oh my God, he's so positive. She's so positive. They're so fake. I don't know. This is really me, man. This is really me. I love being me. I don't care. You should love being you. Listen to me. Be authentically you, and you will kill it in life. When you're trying to be Veronica Figueroa, or you're trying to be James Stroop, am I trying to be James? That's silly, right? He's brilliant. We always talk about it. He's extremely talented at what he does. And I'm really good at what I do. And you put the two of us together, and what do you get? Bubble gum. I don't know, but it works, okay? Bubble gum tastes good. Now here is James. Brent, James. James, Brent. Okay? So let's talk about this for a second. We are organized. Hire people to organize you. Could be your husband, could be your wife, could be your daughter. My daughters help me. Sarah helps me. Christina helps me. Dylan, my son there, he doesn't do squat for me. Just kidding. I love you, man. I'm just teasing. We're a teaser. I love Dylan. Dylan's amazing. And his other half, I love you, son. You are amazing. Give my son a hand. I love you. But listen to me. I listed 25 agents in my first 100 days. They told those led to 148 agents in 100 days. That's the scalability. I spent a decade growing my team. I got up to 43 agents. That's pretty good. It's an accordion. They grow and they shrink. Good. Are your team 100? Is your team 200? You see 400 or 500 agent teams? They go out and they come back. It's like an accordion. So Pirates of the Caribbean, the guy's just going like this. That's a team. You are wasting your time. Everybody with big teams is here. And if they're not here, they simply don't understand it. They're ride or die, baby. Yankees, ride or die. Boston Red Sox, ride or die. I'm a Lakers fan. I'm a this fan. Really? Be a family fan. Be a fan of your family. Well, we don't do that sort of thing at our brokerage. What's that sort of thing? Well, we don't do that revenue share thing. Really? What is your broker? He doesn't do that. I go, so he keeps it all. Yeah, he keeps it all. So you work for Keep It All Real Estate. Yeah, I like that. I like it. Keep It All Real Estate. It's awesome. Our broker keeps it all, and we just keep working. We're like a cow at a dairy farm. Milk, 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 more milk, more milk. 20 escrows, 40 escrows, 400 escrows, milk, milk, milk. We're a chicken. No, we're a free-range chicken. I have a boutique. We have a boutique firm. We're like free. We're different. And, they're milking you boutiquers. You're an uncaged chicken or you're a whatever. You roam the Hawaiian Islands munching on grass. Listen to me. We don't have downlines. We have organizations. Please, everybody, if I could beg you for one thing, never say the word downline again. Everybody in this room. Eliminate the word downline from your mouth. We have sales organizations. We have business partners who we love and lay our lives down for. Is that message being cleared? Whether you're in our group or not. And for those of you that are guests, let us help you and go back to your brokerage and do well. You don't have to be here because you count and your kids count. We will help you and you can go back somewhere else. Is that cool? That's who we are, man. And if you're just helping someone because they might come to EXP and you're hoping, that's cool. But you know what? How about helping them because it's the right thing to do as a human being? Are you with me? So here's the deal. I did 37 after 5 months and 10 days. That was my front line, 37. They led to 256. And I kind of stopped. I did everything in 5 months. Short-term pain, long-term gain. Did you sign up 37 last 5 months? Yeah, I did. New agents, because I didn't do any new agents. I had standards. Does Motel 6 have a standard? Yes. Do they? Do they know who their client is? Does the Ritz-Carlton the Four Seasons know who their client is? Then everybody in between, right? Why does the Motel 6 leave the porch light on? Because you're going to get mugged on your way to the room. They're in a shady part of town. It's $39. It's a bed, man. But the bed is moving. And I didn't put a quarter in yet. It's moving. There's stuff on the bed. So here's the deal. 148 agents, 31st, 1 year later, 1,100. 256 in March 17, 1 year later, March 18, 1,600. 531 in August, 1 year later, 3,200. No offices, no overhead. Me and Stroop are like, woohoo, this is fun. We're having fun. And we just went for it with reckless abandonment. Now watch this. This is kind of cool. If you look at the revenue share, first 10 days, I was there for 10 days, $1,900. First 30 days, 5. Next 30 days, 10. Next month, 10. I'm like, it was February, short month. Next month, March, 5 weeks, 27,000. Look at the monthly income. This is our monthly revenue share every month. And then something happened in December. We closed more, created more revenue, and the revenue share check went from 33 to 53. And then the next month, 54, then 70, then 118, then it never was under 100,000 a month. It took me 17 months. Short-term pain, long-term gain. Get it over with. Who likes slow and painful? Who wants to go fast and fun? Anybody? Okay, so this is what we did. I did not learn how to log into the back office till the last 12 months. Never logged in. If Glenn Sanford says log in or you're out, I'm like, I'm out. Never, ever once checked rev share. I liked being profitable, but it wasn't about the money. It was about the love. It was about the hope. You are paid in direct proportion to the amount of value you're bringing this world today. If you don't like what you're earning, bring more value. And yeah, so this is kind of a snapshot of our thing. Now I'm going to pick up the speed, go a little quicker. These are our goals. I remember writing this out. And April 30th of 2019, it was like 2017. We're going to have 5,000 agents, baby. It's going to happen. We did it. We're going to have 6,000 here. We're going to have 7. We're going to have 8. We're going to have 10. We're going to have 18. We're going to have 30. We did them all. We hit every single one of those. Have you read? Do you notice it's in my handwriting? And then there's this one, 100,000. Haven't done that yet, but I gave myself till 2029. I set 10-year goals, 2019, 2029. And guess what? We're on track. In how many different countries? 30. I wasn't thinking big enough. We'll probably by 2029 be in about 70 countries. So can you, and I will fight for you. I will help you. Randy Dick will help you. All the different speakers you heard on, they said, let us help you. We're in this, a rising tide rises all ships. If I do really well, your stock becomes more valuable, even if we're not in the same organization. Does that make sense? You do really well. I'm slobbering good now. They put it way back. Don't worry, I'm coming for you. Now, it's the splash zone. They told me, my team says, stay in the light. Jesus said that too. Stay in the light. To get out of the darkness. So, okay, Jesus, I hear you over there. By the way, you need a running buddy. Don't do this alone. Even the Lord in the good book sent the disciples out one by one, two by two. Did they face rejection? Oh, never. Everyone just said, yeah, I want to be. No, they said if a town doesn't receive you, shake the dust off your feet and go on to the next one. Next. Even Jesus had to give okay, I'll move on. But I wanted to be a pastor, so I'm weaving it in a little bit. You know? I wanted the Pope, I'm blessing you, whatever. Now, so, by the way, what do my goals look like today? So, there it is. It's 2023 goals. I want to have 80 FLQAs on the front line, double what's required. It's really painful if you miss a month of the 7th level these days. 30,000 in the 7 levels, 50,000 in the organization, 29 legs with 100 plus in the organization. 12 of those legs over 400, 7 of those 29 legs over 1,000, and 23 legs that I've sponsored with over 20 FLQAs. They'll be making great income. And then a champagne toast in Paris, New Year's Eve, 2022, with EXP agents who have over 200 in the organization and 20 FLQAs. I've had people walk up, man, I want to go to Paris. I want to go to Paris. I want to go to Paris. You can go to Paris. You can do it. But that other voice goes, no, you can't. 200, that's a lot of people. We had 875 at the end of year 1. But here's the deal. I was absolutely focused on loving the agents. Now I know this is contrary. I took my production, I cut it in half. For me, I have 40 growing legs. 40. You know, we have a huge business. And I focused on what the long game was. I meet agents all the time. Rick Jihad made me so mad. I love him. I love you, man. I could say that. Only one time did you make me mad. It was like 2000. You don't even know what I'm going to say. I was like upset. Yeah, he goes, your wife's looking good. No, he didn't say that. But so what he said was, although, baby, you look great. You are gorgeous. I love it. Doesn't she look good? You look really good. Yes. Married 31 years. Come on, let's hear it now. But what Rick said to me like 4 years ago is, man, this year I'm going to take 100 listings. You want to see me freak out? Say that to me. What a colossal waste of time. But I can sponsor people if I have that. Everyone I know that has really gone on a thing to grow the production side, and I know there's different opinions of this. They don't have big groups. They have 500 or 700 or 300. Now, Veronica is doing it, but she already had a huge team. James, what do we focus our time on? What do we focus our time on? What did we focus on back then? Well, now, tell me what we were doing back then. You know, you freaked me out with that answer. But anyways, we were always like, I did 30 sales my first year. Remax used to get, look, EXP's horrible. His sales are cut in half. And it felt kind of weird. I go, yeah, because I'm doing this. And let me help you do this. And you know what? I went from 875 to 3,200. And then we went to, now we have 35,000 today in the overall organization. 19,000, almost 20,000 in the 7 levels. Or take that up to 30. You can do this. You must do this. Well, we don't do that to me. I'm not into that recruiting thing. Oh, what are you into? Producing for myself. Well, that's cool. I sold 400 homes at Remax. How many of the fellow Remax, there were 80 Remax agents in my office, how much did they make for my 427 homes? Not $1. I didn't change anybody's life but my family's. You know, attracting agents, listing agents is the most selfless thing you could do because then you have to help them. Not only do you do in your own sales, you're actually helping them. Do you understand? You succeed through people, not around people. Does that make sense? And the old model, you sold 500 homes a year, 1,500 homes a year. If you could, I mean, Jonathan and his team, 20, it's amazing. But they're here in this room building this because this is about changing lives. Now, someone asked me, how'd you do it? I constantly, James, how many times did we draw out our group? I just drew it out a few months ago. There's Cliff's numbers, 12,000 agents. I'm taking them to 15. There's, by the way, I changed that to 17. I took the picture and changed it to 17,000. Jeff and Marcy from 5, that's actual, to 10. Rick and Casey Jiha a few months ago, just shy of 3 to 5,000. By the way, their goals are higher. Their goals are higher than that. But, different people, their numbers, then my goals for them. And I actually asked them, what are your goals? But I put down my goals. My goals, and by the way, when you add up all these goals, it's over 40,000 agents. Now, we know not every single person is going to hit their goals. We're going to be happy with over 30. But if you take your eyes off yourself and you help somebody else get what they want, you'll get what you want. And so I am obsessed with loving and helping these agents that I did, over 40 growing agents. I have to finish filling that part in. And you don't write them out, you forget. Like Krista has 32 agents. I forgot about her. She's down here. I know it's a terrible thing to say, but there's Brian McClure has 35, and Noel Kreider had 42. You could forget about people, right? I filled these in since. This is the night I did this. I spent hours. It's fun to do. I didn't use a can. I wanted the circles a little organic. I started using a can where it was all perfect, and I just wanted to vomit. So I hand did all the circles. I'm weird. Like lighting, I would replace. I have weird stuff. Like I have to have blinds open and all lights on. So I have little weird things. But anyways. What do they call that? Weird things, kinks, whatever. Oh, wow, what's that? That shouldn't be there. All right. So wardrobe malfunction. Oh, there it is again. Million, what? I don't know why that keeps showing up. Now, so there's my sponsor who says, you need to come check us out. We're Keller Williams agent, Intero agent, and my business partner who helped run my office, James, and we come fly there. We're Keller Williams guys. We're not EXP guys, and we're standing in front of their banner, but we're meeting you guys. We came to see if you were weird, and we found out that you guys are cool. And then our first day, someone asked me yesterday, what's it like to be at EXP? There's our first day. We moved out of Keller Williams into Regis. This is the Regis. There's space at Regis. And then there's the team. We didn't have a lot of space. And they're all in there shoulder to shoulder. We're pulling property. We're doing listings. We're doing addendums and counter. We're rocking. This is day 1, EXP, baby. And here is us getting flowers from the title company to prove it. Day 1, First American title. Thank you very much. And then, this is probably a RESPA violation. Arrest First American. Now, so it's been statute of limitations. It's been 5.5 years. There's our first team meeting, week 1. This was the next day, and we're having a sales meeting. That sales meeting's been running since 1999. 24 years of sales meetings. And we have rhythm. We have stuff. And there we are, rocking and rolling. There's James, and there's the team doing their thing. There he is, my man who I love. I drove over to Concord on a Friday night, Rick Jiha. I said, you got to look at this. He's okay, I'll take a look. I came over. I said, Rick, we're taking a picture. This is a momentous occasion. I knew it. Casey was in the background at the time. She was an international business consultant all over the Netherlands and New Zealand and Sweden and probably none of those places. But she was somewhere around the globe. I wish we'd had you in the picture, but I knew this was a big deal. Take pictures this weekend. This is when we were in Maui, the first Maui Mastermind. There's our first meeting. That's everybody. This is 35,000 people. We met at El Fornal. We were on the patio. We had some nice food, and everybody got together. This is the epicenter of 35,000 people. Can you pull people together at Chevy's or some Italian restaurant or somewhere, Ruth Chris, and then, I did pick up the tab, but you think, well, golly, Brent, if I go to Cabo and I go to Build and I go to this and that, that costs a lot of money. Yeah, if you go to all our events, you might spend $10,000, $15,000 on flights and rooms this year. The average 18-year-old with acne will drop $50,000 on college this year? And you're telling me you're worried about going to Cabo in March, about going to shareholders in June, about going to Build in July, and then next October going to EXPCon. Those are 4 events. It might cost you 10, 15, 20,000. You want to do it on the cheap? Go Spirit. You may die. I bless you now. Okay, you'll die on the tarmac. But you can get there cheap or get to heaven sooner. Now, you may want to come tomorrow morning and I'll baptize you in the ocean. I'll drag you out there. But here's the deal. Not a part of the program. I just, whatever. Now, by the way, this is our first event. This is interesting. James, Gene, everyone tell Gene. Say, Gene, we love. Gene, you're the man. Wave at Gene. You're awesome. Gene, like Cooch. Ready? Gene. Yeah. So, Gene, Rob Flick, myself, and James said, let's just meet and play golf in Scottsdale. Hang out for 3 days, golf, have some good food, go to Roy's Hawaiian Steakhouse, JW Marriott. We always go to sunny places with palm trees. How do you like our plan? Do you guys like it? Always. The Canadians like, you never come to Canada? I'm like, never. It's never. I love you guys. But I mean, I've been to Victoria. But anyway, so moving on. But this was 4 of us, and then people go, hey, can we come? And then 4 more, then 4 more, then 4 more. We ended up with 80 people. With 3 weeks, it just was organic. Where are you taking your team? You going to Key West? You going to, where are you going? The Grand Canyon? You going to Lake Tahoe? You going to Monterey, Carmel? You going to Napa? What are you doing fun with your people? And guess what? They want to come. And I got a room. This was the very first event we ever did. It was called Event on Accident. But you guys are like, let's go camping at the KOA. Oh, everyone wants to go to that, right? Go somewhere nice. Share rooms. So, by the way, here's the complete list of everything you're entitled to and that the world owes you. Right there. I love that one. I saw down there. This is Steve Jobs. If you want to make everyone happy, don't be a leader. Sell ice cream. Right? And you'll meet people. I remember when I was at RE/MAX and like, oh, those doggone Coldwell Banker agents are so snotty, other RE/MAX agents. And then Keller Williams was on fire. Oh, those doggone Keller Williams agents. Ooh, they make me mad. They're always trying to get you to go to Keller Williams. And I'm like, ooh, yuck. Other RE/MAX agents. And there's this, oh, those doggone, Realty One agents. Those Home Smart agents are fickle. They're like, so don't be surprised if they're bagging on you for being at EXP, right? We're looking for positive people. We're looking for people whose gates are open. Now, I didn't go to Keller Williams for 9 years. I was a positive guy, but I was super happy, liked my broker, didn't understand the Keller Williams model, like Clark said. And then finally, Maureen started bringing me to events. When you make deposits at a bank, what does the bank let you do? Make some deposits. What have we heard? Speaker after speaker, meet with people. Say, hey, here's my listing presentation. I'll share my listing presentation with you. Here's what we do for a Market Watch newsletter. You show me mine, yours. Here's my business plan. Let me see. Let's review business plans. Let's help each other. I know you're at Coldwell Banker. It's cool. You guys with me? And so if you make deposits and do events, it's really powerful. By the way, there's our first day moving to Puerto Rico 2 years ago. Very exciting. There's Kathy the first morning watching the sun come up on our deck. There, I know, isn't that? There's a nighttime with the moon. There's no lights on. It's that light in the Caribbean with the moon out. That's what it looks like at night. St. Thomas out there on the horizon. It's not. I think it's Vieques, but it sounded better that way. That is the Eiffel Tower. I actually held it up behind me. That's a fake widget. But no, we are there. That's the. And then that's whatever that thing is, the thing in France. And then there's us. This is the more important one. This is the DR, Dominican Republic. Look at that water. Look at us all having fun. This is what it's all about, you guys, having a good time. There's us in Santorini. There's us in Costa Rica with the volcano with Tony Robbins. I mean, you get freedom. This Suzanne, what's your name? Gina and Susan. Susan Frederick and Kathy when she almost got a whole, what, stop it. When she almost, this way. When she almost 220-yard downhill, almost 2 inches from the cup. We thought, they celebrated like it was a hole-in-one. Anyway, I happened to snap that picture. That was like National Geographic. That was me. I took that picture. That's a great picture. There's the most amazing couple in the world, my mom and dad. I love you guys. Where are you? Where did they leave the room? There's Dad over there. There he is right there. Mom's like back in the room. I've heard him do this thing before. But this is what it's like. If you're wondering what it's like to live where you want to live, do what you want to do. This is the life we live today because we we were willing to discipline ourselves. We were willing to do the work in the dark, like grind. And we did it in a short period. You can get it over with in the next 5 months. You don't have to sponsor for the next 10 years. I haven't tried to sponsor anyone in 4 or 5 years. You create momentum. And then you maintain it by loving your agents. There's Tony can afford to bring in speakers like that. He picks my daughter out of the crowd, Christina. Next year, he picks Sarah out of the crowd. Did not know either one of them. Just a crazy thing. I couldn't believe that. I thought that was cool. But here's the deal. Are you going to stuff like this? Like this is in July, Valentine's Day, the 14th, 15th, 16th. I'm going to be there. I'm always going to stuff like this. The right here, the Tony Robbins stuff, I've been to his events. Now I pay him. He works for me. Do you understand that? He did ask me for 50 grand for jet fuel. It's kind of sucky. My employee have to pay for his jet. But how would you like to employ Tony Robbins? How would you like to employ? Grant Cardone goes, hey, can I get on your boat? We're like, sure, Grant. He goes, can I speak at your event? Sure, I didn't pay him. That's awesome. But go to this. This is in 2 weeks. It is today's the 2nd. It's in 12 days. Like, I can't just fly to Las Vegas and hang out with you. Why not? But here's the deal. If you can't, because you've been here and you need to get back to work, do this. Let's see if I can get the right button. This is Krista Mayshore. Sells hundreds and hundreds of homes. An absolute marketing savant. She's top 5 in North America. Russell Brunson, ClickFunnels. Her and Russell are best friends. I go, call Russell right now. She FaceTimed and he picked up. I made her do it. It was kind of fun. Hey, Russell, okay, you can hang up on him now. I made her prove to me she's buddies with him. Leo's going to be speaking. I'll be speaking. This is a 3D marketing mastery. Like, what do we do next? Keep the momentum going. Keep it going. Attend this. It's KristaMayshore.com//Agent Master Series. This is going to be all day next Tuesday from 8 to 2, all day Wednesday from 8 to 2, and then Thursday from 8 to noon. Kathy and I are going to be attending this and getting better, learning. You should attend this. It's right there. Take a picture, KristaMayshore.com/Agent Master Series. I think it's like $97 for the 3 days. But this is a good next thing if you can't come to Las Vegas or Tony Robbins. By the way, next year, we're going to be here again. There's the dates. If you had a good time, come on back. January 28th and February 4th. Register now. There's a little squiggly. You can actually register now for next year's event. And then don't forget, we have Build coming up July 10th and 12th. Is this the last one? Is there anything after this, Rob? Okay, so I'm going to end with this. I'm going to go fast. I'm going to end with this. Where's my notes? Here they are. So here's the deal. It is not because things are difficult that you do not try. It's because you do not try that things are difficult. I need you to talk to 10 people a day and go get commercial listings. Talk to 10 people a day and go get luxury listings. Talk to 10 people a day and get buyers or sellers. Talk to 10 people a day and list agents. You can apply this any way you want, but do the work, right? 10 people a day in 10 days is 100 people. Did you talk to 100 people about listing buildings in the last 10 days? I guarantee you'd have, I'm not even a commercial agent. Refer to a commercial agent and earn an $80,000 commission check. It is so easy to do the basic things. You could overcomplicate it and be overwhelmed, but that is what you need to do. So production-wise, you want to rock your world? Pick a running buddy. Start talking to 10 people a day. Maybe like, I just want to do attraction. Fine. 10 people a day about attraction, but invite them to how to become a superstar listing agent. Invite them to business planning workshop. Invite them to lead generation mastery. Make the deposits so you can do what? They'll eventually say, God, you've helped me more than, I tell people, Drew, I'm going to become I'm going to help you more than your sales manager at Remax, than your team leader at Keller Williams. I'm going to become more valuable to you. Does that make sense? I tell people that all the time. I go, watch me. You don't have to come. You can stay at Coldwell Banker. You could stay at Century 21. You could stay at Sotheby's. Let me help you. And then focus on listing agents. We talked about that. Here, I want to end with this. Ready? You guys, we are not launching satellites into sky, into orbit. We're not doing brain surgery here. What are we doing? We overcomplicate it. We are trying to get Bob to leave Century 21 and come to EXP. Oh, it's so hard. What would you rather do? Split an atom, create solar power, or get Janet to leave Sotheby's and come to EXP. It's a one-time deal. You can go for even 25 will radically change your life. But you gotta, when did I become a listing agent? When I wanted it so bad that I assaulted every listing agent I could find. How do you do it? How do you do it? I go to events and meet people from Orlando, meet people from Phoenix, meet people from British Columbia, Canada. How do you do it? I live in Sacramento. Tell me how you get sellers to call you. John Sy, how do you do it? And they would tell me. And it took me 2 years and I became a listing agent. How will you become great at listing agents and brokers? When you want it so bad and you start flying and going places. Remember, these 18-year-old kids will just spend $50,000 a year for the next 4 years. They're going to drop $200,000 on their internal. You want to win outside? Win the inside game. How do you win the inside game? You come and watch Krista Mayshore next week. You come to Build, come to Cabo, go to some stuff. You're going to have the time of your life. You might spend 10 or 15 grand, but it'll change your life. Anyways, I hope you guys have enjoyed the Maui Mastermind. Thanks for having me. Rock and roll.